The biggest remote you'll ever see. In the meantime, we've 3,000 remotes. You could go swimming in these things, right?
Everything changes.
So as I promised over the last couple of weeks, they did take a little while freight. They came from Oregon all the way to Florida, so they had a long trip. 3,000 remote controls in a Gaylord. This is a Gaylord. For those of you that don't know what a Gaylord is, it's like a pallet, but it's a huge box on top of a pallet. Anyways, 3,000. We have these kind of weird remotes. We have a jumbo remote. We have some normal looking stuff. We have some, wow, that's a portable air conditioner remote. Look at that. All right, we got some that are still in some plastic baggies that look like normal LG TV remotes. We have 3,000. In fact, I bought 6,000, but I split this. So I bought 3 and Star and Keith from Flippin' Hippos bought the other 3. There were 2 of these side by side. What are we gonna do with 3,000 remotes? Ha! We're gonna list them, we're gonna sell them, we're gonna put them on eBay and Amazon. We're gonna split them between 2 platforms. Check out this crazy looking thing. Are you kidding me? Look at it. Look at this craziness. Look at that. Anyways, might sell, might not. Who knows? Paid 53 cents a piece. This pallet of 3,000 remotes with shipping cost me $1,606. Okay? Shipping was probably about $200 to $300, so I probably paid about $300 to $400 for the remotes. Or I'm sorry, $1,300 to $1,400 for the remotes, $1,600 all in, to get them as close to 50 cents a piece as I could. Now, the theory is, if you can sell just 10% of these remotes, that's 300 remotes, and get $10 nets on just 300 of them, that's $3,000, clear. I only paid $1,600. That's double your money on just selling 10% of the remotes, right? So the plan is that 50% of this, if even 50% of this is junk and 50% of it is sellable, and I can sell 10% at $10 net and get $3 grand, and the other 40% of it, which would be another $1,200-ish, right? Another $1,200-ish at $5, that's another $6 grand. The 6 and 3 is 9,000, and I paid $1,600. That's like 6 times the money, right? 5 to 6 times the money. So there's a lot of profit to be made. These are easy, they're quick, they're super lightweight, so they'll ship first class. How do you test them? A lot of people want to know how to test them. Well, that's easy. You turn your phone on selfie mode. You take your phone here, and you open up the camera app, and you turn it to selfie mode, right? And then you just point the remote control right at it, and it will show the infrared red light, and you'll know if it's working. Now, you don't have to test every single button, although you probably should. You just pop some batteries in it, hit a few buttons, make sure the lights are lighting up, and you should be good. The returns should be very, very, very limited. I felt some of these, they do have batteries in some of these. There are not, you know, like this particular one, I just opened it up, there are some batteries in it. We will open up the battery case, we will put batteries in and we'll test them. Hopefully it just takes a minute to test each one. And then, you know, make sure there's no corrosion in the battery slots and make sure there's all the backs that go with it. You know, for example, this one does not have batteries in it. Let's just check it out here. So this one doesn't have any batteries in the battery slot, but it looks pretty clean. And so we'll just pop a couple AA's in there. I've already got a bunch of AA and AAA's ready to go, brand new ones. And we'll go to town on these. And hopefully the plan is that we can get 100 up every day. And it'll just take 30 days, take a month to get them up. We should have the money back within a month or 2, and the rest will be all profit for the rest of fourth quarter. My plan is by December is to have the money back and to be profiting. I want to be selling 10, 15, 20 of these a day. You know, if I could just sell 10 a day, that's a 300 in a month's time, and that's the money back. So again, 30 to 45 days. Now, Keith and Star will be here, so I don't know how much work will get done when they're here, but this is a little bit of how you do it. So the questions, I hopefully answered them. What was the shipping? How much did it cost? How much do I expect to sell them for? How do I test them? Somebody's gonna say, where did I get them from? I can't give up my source, but it's a wholesale deal, and it came through networking. It came through a connection off of social media and the internet, which you can make too. I've put out videos on how to make these connections, on how to buy better inventory, how to buy it in bulk, how to buy stock. You don't necessarily have to buy 3,000 items. This doesn't happen every day. This is a once or twice a year. Hopefully it'll become more often. But with that said, you can find places locally and connections and networks and even across the country where you can buy 100 pieces. Imagine if you could just buy 100 pieces once or twice a month, bring in 200 pieces a month. That's 2,400 items a year without going to source thrift stores or anything like that. There are tons of ways to do it. And I put out an entire 90-minute webinar on how to do it. If you missed the webinar, it's linked below. I mean, pick it up. It's $9. You can't beat it. You're going to learn so many ways to find inventory. Check out this colossal, massive thing. This is nuts. And you'll find out ways to source merchandise that you normally wouldn't think of. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, this was primarily because of my social media following, but part of what I do is, you know, part of my social media and all that package is to teach you how to build a social media following. Networking is how it happens. I get offered on a daily basis people that want to sell all 200 of their shoes because they're just done. They're going back to work. They don't want to sell shoes. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that they don't want to do the work to put in the time and effort, but you know, it could sell. Look, another one of those little clicky things. So, you know, you have to network, you have to get to know people, you have to build connections and get this inventory. And so the webinar is going to teach you a little bit on how to do that below. It's only $9. Watch it. It's 90 minutes. You'll thank me later. And also, if you're interested in building that social media following, there's a package for that as well. So I'll link everything down below that you'll need to start making connections and making purchases like this, where I don't have to step foot. I didn't have to do a single minute of work. I talked to somebody for a few minutes. You know, I negotiated. I figured out the price, and they're here. And now we get right to work listing, just like I had gone to the thrift store 1,000 times to source all these, except I didn't. So as we go, I'll update you guys on the sales. I'll update you guys on the progress that we make. Look, that one's already lighting up. I don't even know how to get it to turn off. That's probably a bad problem. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, we got some work to do, guys. Appreciate you watching. Just wanted to hit you with a quick little video since everyone was asking when they're going to be here. 3,000 remote controls. Lots of work. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out the links down below. Hit that like button and subscribe. We're almost to 100,000. Thank you, everybody.